Ann Herbster.
And Rhonda Boyle.
Are we ready to rock and roll?
Absolutely.
I can't wait. This is a super important session. So
Yeah.
we are going to get a lot done today. So you better fluff up your hair because we are going live as soon as I can press the right button here. Yo!
Hey.
I'm only a little technically challenged, but you know what? We get it done, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, listen, I've had to dance live on air at times as I try to figure something out. So, just sit down. Come on in and say, hey. We are excited about today. We're going to be talking about important stuff about coaching and creating a coaching package today. I'm Rhonda Boyle and here with Ann Herbster, and we are the authors of the book, The Coach Business Guide, The Path to Launch and Grow Your Coaching Practice. And we wrote this book to help new or newer coaches to jump into the business and help you create the foundations you need to set up a thriving coaching practice. So there's a lot of information provided in the book, 53 exercises that walk you through step by step, getting everything in order. What we found after working with hundreds of coaches is that coaches know how to coach, but they really struggle in, setting up a profitable business.
Yeah. They lack the skills. I mean, they'll go out and get certified and learn how to coach and they have it in their blood and they feel good about it. But it's that setting up the business and how do I become profitable is a real struggle.
Yeah, they cannot not coach.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what they were born to do. And yet they become entrepreneurs all of a sudden and they take on jobs that they had no idea what to do. So today we're going to tackle a big one, and that's creating a coaching practice and really understanding why you need one and how to kind of pull things together. So once you have a deeper understanding of your ideal client's journey, that transformational journey, then it's time to put all of that into a coaching package. And so we have other training on the website. You want to go and check that out either there or on our YouTube channel. And
right. So, people say, well, why do I need a coaching package? Why can't I just go coach? And, if you want to be successful and you want to be profitable, and I know everybody does, you got to have a package. It's going to help you to have a clear offering. And it's going to, over time, help provide that steady income stream that you really, really want. And it isn't about just that one-off coaching. It's about having multiple sessions, multiple coaching sessions that a package is going to give you so that you can show your client what you're going to do for them over what amount of time, and you're going to help them achieve their goals and objectives. So let's talk about what some of the components are of a coaching package. And the first is you got to define your materials. And that comes from what we want you to do is create a master list. Go through everything that you have access to, that you've developed, and that you're certified in. And make a list of that. And, put down what it is and how you would use it and what you would use it for. And, what are you trained in? Do you have assessment tools that you are now knowledgeable about that you can use and that you can help your ideal client in that transformational journey? What kind of handouts do you have? Are you going to give them take-home materials? Is it something that you're going to give them to read? What exercises do you have and other content that you can use? And finally, you may have some audio video materials that you can have access to, but the bottom line is create a list of everything that you have and don't narrow it because you say, well, I'm a life coach. You may just put down everything that you have access to.
Right, because some of it you can it'll have some crossover.
Exactly.
You just never know.
Yeah.
But by creating that master list, then you kind of have a starting point and, you're jogging your memory of some things, maybe experiences that you've had, exercises you've been through that you want to do. And so getting all that down at the beginning is sort of like prepares you for the next step, which is
Mhm.
to identify some basic information about your
Right,
ideal
right,
client.
right.
So, who are you serving? Are you serving parents with struggling kids, or maybe relationships, marriage issues? You're working in that area, or maybe you're a wellness coach. What is it exactly? Or who is it that you are serving? It could be a small business because you're a strategic business coach and
Mhm.
consultant. So there, you need to identify exactly the who your ideal client is, and then what's their problem, what's their biggest challenge, what are they really struggling with, and what's keeping them up at night. And then how many sessions do you need to have in order to help them?
Yeah,
Most coaches don't want to do a one-off session because you really just don't get anywhere. And so how many sessions do you actually need to do in order to help them solve that issue? And then
right.
how long will those sessions last? Now, your client is going to want to know how you're going to communicate with them in between sessions, right? What's the length of the
Right.
time, while you're working
Mhm,
together? How
mhm.
are they going to have access to you between sessions? You need to kind of map all this out or think it through so that you can be ready, with a package. And let's talk about objectives and outcomes. Go ahead and fill
Yeah.
them in
You
on
know,
this.
as Rhonda said, we want you to be writing this down. So we hope you've got your notebook. If you haven't, you can always look at the recording, but we really want you to map out this information because it's going to help
Mhm.
you create that package. And, the bottom line, what objectives and outcomes? What objectives do you want to accomplish that's going to tie directly back to your ideal client's challenges and to that transformation? What
Mhm.
outcomes will your client experience? You need to write this down. This needs to tie back to them and what they want to achieve as well.
Yeah,
You
maybe
know,
like a new job or something,
it
right?
could be like a job, it could be like better communication, it
Mhm.
could be them fitness. If you're a fitness coach, it could be having, being able to run a half marathon, a 5K, whatever that is, you want to be able to tie this back to that. And
Right.
your client's going to measure success. And you've got to be able to look at that and say, I will measure success by finding a job. You can't always guarantee they're going to find a job, but you can
Right.
help get them started in the right direction.
Mhm.
What will success look like? Perhaps success is less stress. Perhaps success is, I know what I want to do post retirement. It all comes back to what is that success? And you want to affirm that with them as you're talking to your ideal clients. You want them to feel like they've achieved results after working with you, because ultimately that should be your goal as a coach, to help them see positive change, to help them see movement. And
Right.
all this should be agreed upon prior to starting your session so that there's no murkiness, that they know exactly what you're going to do and
Right.
they know what the outcome of this is going to
They
be.
know what they're gonna get.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
really they're buying you. If
Yeah.
you think about it, they're buying your services. And as consumers, when we buy something, we buy it because of what we're gonna get from it. So it's
Right.
the same thing.
Yeah, and you want them to know going into it also what you expect of them, because they've got to work at this too. It's not just you working at this. It's a mutually agreed upon experience for both.
Mhm.
So, materials and exercises. We talked a little while ago about what make your master list. Now's the time to go back to that master list and say, what am I going to need? What am I
Mhm.
going to use in my sessions with my ideal client? You want to be prepared. You want to have materials and exercises for each session so that you can identify what you want to do during your time with your client. The
Mhm.
other thing that I've done is I've put together a master list of questions, and you got to prepare for these sessions. So you want to be able to know what questions you want to ask. And that means you got to map out the session. You
Right.
can't just show up and be what are we going to do today? Well, it's
Right.
actually, you're going to tell them what you're going to do today. So you need to map out, what do you want to accomplish? And I always overmap,
Mm.
because you may find things go faster, but also be prepared to cut things. You may
Yes.
have 3 exercises planned for your first session and you may only get through 1. That's okay. But
Mhm.
know which one you want to do. You got to keep track of the time as well as what you're trying to do. If you're going to incorporate audio video into a session, how are you going to do that? How are you going to deliver that?
Right.
The other thing is, are you going to give them homework? I don't think there's anything wrong with homework.
I
I think
always give homework. Everybody will tell you
absolutely
that coaching, I'm like, here's your homework.
give them something to do that's going to tie back to what you just did with
Mhm.
them, but also what you're going to do with them in the next session so that they're prepared. And that's when, Rhonda talked about checking in. This may be something, how are you doing with your assignment, to
Right.
remind them and to reinforce they've got to have that done. So,
Mhm.
there's just, you got to be prepared, and being over prepared and being flexible is the name of the game here.
Right. But once you pick from that master list
Mhm.
exactly what you want for this 6-session program, let's say,
Yeah.
it makes it easier. Now you're kind of culling. Oh no, I'm not going to use that one. And that's what the
Right.
master list is for, is to pick and choose now for this particular package.
But it's also going to identify gaps,
Yes.
because you may find that, wow, I want to talk about their ideal job and I really don't have an exercise, or I
Mhm.
don't have questions about that. So that will show you what you've got to go find, what you have to create, what you have to develop, because
Right.
you want to be prepared.
Yeah, for sure. So, and one of the biggest things that coaches
Mm,
often fail to do is plan the next steps. Like after their
right,
follow-up planning. Like
right.
what are they going to do at the
Yeah.
end of the coaching session? You've had this great experience with your ideal client, you've met the objectives, they're happy. Well, what's next? Because actually, they don't want to let go oftentimes.
Mhm.
They're ready for something like, what else you got? And let me tell you, it's far easier to sell a current or past client something new than to go out and hunt for new clients. It's
Right.
just reality, right? And
Absolutely.
so that's one thing that you really need to consider is, what are you going to do next? Now, one thing you might also think about is, how are you going to survey to get feedback? Like what worked, what didn't work, because you will probably iterate and make changes every time. At least I do. Anna, how about
Mhm.
you?
Yeah. All
Yeah.
the time.
So you're going to want to survey your client, right? And get something back. And then let me tell you what else. Right now is the best time at the end of a coaching package. It's the best time to collect testimonials because they have had a great experience.
Right.
So what are you going to do to collect them? You've got to think all of that through. Are they going to, do you want them to send you letters or emails or post something in your group? If you have one. So those are the things that you'll be able to think about you need to think about as you're creating your package, is what comes after the package, and
Yeah. And
what are
Rhonda,
you going to,
can we talk about testimonials? Because
yeah.
the power, they are so powerful. And if you think about your behavior today of how you go and you want to find somebody to come in and do work around your house, you're looking for a new doctor. Today, we are in the world of looking at reviews. And it's so important to get those testimonials and to be able, you can use them in so many different ways. So that's so powerful and so important for you to do.
Oh, it's so true. I mean, we have them all over our page on
Yeah.
Amazon
Yes.
where we have our book available.
Yes,
So,
we do.
yeah, and that's, you've got to think through, what are you going to do with the testimonials? How are you going to use them? You want to use them to promote yourself for sure.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
then another question that you have to ask about your follow-up is, how are you going to communicate with people after it's over? Like,
Right.
it's over. How are you going to continue talking to them? Do you have a blog that you send an article every once in a while, or maybe you have a quarterly newsletter? There's all sorts of ways that you can keep in touch. But guess what? Keep in touch is absolutely what you must do, because
Mhm.
this is how you're going to grow a thriving, profitable coaching practice. Leave
Right.
no stone unturned, right?
And it's going to keep you sort of fresh in their mind, top of mind. And so it's important that it's relevant content, that
Right.
it's something that ties back to either what they've done, but you got to have a way to do that. So you make sure you have notes about your clients so that you can refer back to them.
Yeah.
So you've done all this work. You've got, let's say, as Rhonda said, 6 sessions. You should map out each of those sessions. And this is important. This is how you're creating your coaching package, your one-to-one package. You're going to map out each session so you can make sure that you're going to meet your client's needs and that you're prepared. The more prepared you are, and the more that you can determine activities and materials that you're going to need and the questions you're going to need, the better you're going to come across to your ideal client, the better relationship you're going to build, the more confident you are going to be as a coach.
Right.
You're going to feel comfortable and you're going to go into this. And, you know, as we said, you got to be flexible. You got to be adaptable. But at the end of this, the client's going to know, wow, we had all these materials that my coach went through, and we got through all these different things. It's going to make them feel really good about you. So you map all this out, and, you know, you can create multiple packages. Once you've done one, then you can create others, all based on what your ideal client's wants and needs and challenges are.
It's just a matter of following the same process over and over again, which we map out for you in the book. We even give you a mapping, a way to map these. And one of the reasons now, Anne has said, you know, we have to be flexible because, of course, our client rules the coaching session. But having an idea in mind of what you're going to do with each session, it will help guide you in what you missed, maybe the last session because they had a crisis of whatever. But it also helps you from a marketing standpoint. You get to start going, oh yeah, bullet points. You start thinking about this, and it's exactly will lead you exactly through the process of your marketing and how you're going to describe it in, you know, to sell, right?
And it is easy to get derailed, and it is easy to get forced into conversations. This is where you have to be a little strong, and you have to be understanding and and passionate and have patience, but at the same time, help your client understand, wow, it sounds like you're having an issue with communication with your husband. Really get that. Let me see if I can find an article, but let's get back on what we're here to talk about. Let's focus on today's task, which is going to be XYZ. So you're reinforcing to them that, hey, I hear you got another challenge. Maybe I can send you something on that, but let's get back to why we're here today. That's going to help you and them achieve your ultimate goals and objectives.
Sure, you bet.
So we've talked about this coaching package and the need for planning. If you've decided to do, let's say, workshop or training, you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to pull all your material together. You're going to write a description. You're going to map out that workshop or training minute by minute. And then you're going to be able to have extra materials. You're going to all of the extra materials to fill it in. You're going to have places where you can cut. All of this is going to help you create a clear offering. And it's going to help you know and build messaging for what your client wants to hear. You know, this can be used, I think, for whether you're doing a package, you know, even if your package is only 2 or 3 sessions, it doesn't matter. You still want to be prepared to do this. As Rhonda said earlier, we've got a lot of information in the book, a lot of exercises to help you map this out. You know, we also have provided some information on our Facebook group, Coach Business Guide, or our YouTube channel and our website. So we've got a lot of information in different places. So Rhonda, What's next?
Yeah. What's next?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But wait, there's more.
Absolutely.
We have worked all summer and are excited to announce the release of our new Launch and Grow Success Program. It starts next Tuesday. Is today Tuesday? It's a week from today. Yep, September 20th, Tuesday nights at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central, and we go for 90 minutes live. And we only have room for a couple more people. So we've deliberately made the training classes or the group, the cohort small on purpose because we really want you guys to be successful and we want to make sure everybody gets the attention that they need. So we'll be going through the exercises in the book. We know they work and that they will move you forward in your business. And it gives you an opportunity to learn from other people, get new ideas, work through struggles and challenges that you may have. It also requires that you be able to work independently. Like we're Chop. We're about launching new coaches and getting you out there and getting people to know because the world needs more coaches.
Absolutely. And at the end of this, our goal and your goal would be that you're ready to launch your coaching practice. So we really need committed individuals who are willing, who are going to do the work and have the time to do the work in between.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what you get from this package. You get a copy of our book. We've taken all the exercises out of the book and we have a separate exercise workbook that's going to be available with all 53 of the exercises. And we've created 39 training videos over 6 hours that is going to give you additional training to help you do the exercises.
Yeah.
So we get that. We have these live sessions that you're going to have that we're going to bring the small group together. Remember, we've talked about the need for having support. This is going to be your support group. You're going to work together as a group. And this group coaching will help you move forward in getting your practice set up, which is really our ideal goal for you. So we want you to be highly motivated. We want you to want to do this and engaged with us and willing to put in the hard work. So if you go to our website at coachbusinessguide.com and you'll find the Launch Grow Success Program, you can put that after coachbusinessguide.com or go to our page and find it. We'd love to see you and love to have you join us. Rhonda, you put the website page in the chat box.
That's it. And so listen, it'll never be offered at this rate again. It's over $5,000 worth of value. We've worked hard on it and we are ready to launch it. And we've got a great beta test price on it for you. Special introductory. And Anne has assured me that I cannot lower it again ever. So if you want it, get in on it now. We only have 2 or 3 slots left and it's a real small group and we're really looking forward to having you join us if you're ready to rock and roll.
Right. And it's the special introductory rate of only $249. I mean, think about that, Rhonda. That is so low. But we really want to help coaches. And we've tested this material and we know you're going to help you be successful.
Yep. So we look forward to seeing you. You'll find it at our website. Find us also in the group. And we look forward to seeing you there. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Thanks.
Yeah. Let's see if I can get all my stuff here.